welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is gonna be meat pie. I'm gonna make a very delicious pie crust. Also, the filling is very easy and delicious. As usual, all the ingredients and the measurements will be listed down below the video in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and follow me on social media. And now, let's start. So first, for the pie crust, I'm gonna need some cold butter cut into cubes, flour, an egg, and some cold water. Of course, don't forget a pinch of salt. Now here I'm adding the butter to the flour and the salt, and I'm gonna start working it with my hands until the butter breaks into small pieces. You want the butter pieces to be small, just as corn or peas. Also, the butter shouldn't be soft or melted. It must be very cold, and that what will create like layers and some spaces in the pie crust. It's gonna make it buttery and flaky. It's gonna be so good. So that's the consistency of the flour that you're looking for. Now at this point I'm gonna add 1 egg, and I'm gonna continue mixing just like so. Now at this point I'm gonna start adding some cold water. I'm not gonna add all the water all at once. I'm gonna add it 1 tablespoon at a time, because maybe I won't be needing all the water that I have. So I add a little bit of water and I continue to mix and to knead everything together. And once everything is well combined, just like that, I know that the pie crust is done and I don't need more water. So that's looking very good. I'm just gonna wrap it in a cling film and place it in the fridge for about half an hour. And meanwhile, we're gonna start working on the filling. So for the filling, I'm gonna need some ground meat, some veggies, and some spices. I'm gonna go you through them while cooking. I have here a pan, it's on medium heat. I'm just adding some olive oil. And once it's heated enough, I'm gonna add the garlic and the onions. The onions are roughly chopped and the garlic are minced. I'm just gonna saute them for a few minutes. I'm just adding some salt and some freshly ground black pepper. Now you wanna continue to cook the onions just until they develop some color, maybe for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now I'm gonna add the ground meat, and using my wooden spoon, I'm breaking it into small pieces, just like that. Now at this point I'm gonna add the spices. I have some paprika, some cloves, some cinnamon, and a bay leaf. I'm gonna continue to cook everything together just until the meat is well done. Now I'm gonna add the veggies. I have some carrots, some tomatoes, and some green bell peppers. All of them cut into small cubes. Of course, you wanna cook them for additional few minutes. Of course, you can add some salt if you felt like it needs to. Now I'm gonna add the corn and the peas. The corn and the peas, I have them frozen, so they're cooked. I'm gonna add that in. Just continue to cook everything together. Now I'm just gonna add a splash of water so that the mixture doesn't dry out. Then I'm gonna cover the pan and let it on low heat for about 5 minutes, just until the carrots are cooked through. And with that done, your filling is ready. Here I have my pie crust. I got it out of the fridge. I'm gonna cut it into 2 parts. One is slightly bigger than the other, which I'm gonna use for the bottom. So I'm gonna roll it using my rolling pin until it's about 1 centimeter thick. And you can obviously see the small butter pieces in the crust. That's gonna make it flaky and delicious. Now I'm just gonna put my rolled pie crust in my pie dish. Press it slightly so that it reaches the bottom. And here I'm just cutting the extra. And of course you can use these little pieces to cover up any spaces, just like I'm doing here. And you can brush them with some water so that they stick well. That's looking good. Now I'm gonna move on to the other piece. I'm gonna roll it to the same thickness, which is 1 centimeter, and set it aside. Now as you can see here, I'm just putting the filling into the tart pan. Put it all in and spread it evenly, just like so. And now we want to cover it with the other part of the pie crust, the one that we rolled, just like that. And here I'm cutting the extra dough, just like that. And just using your fingers, you want to press so that the 2 parts or the 2 parts of dough stick to each other. I'm also gonna press all around using a fork. It gives a nice shape, as you can see. Now I'm just gonna brush the top with some egg wash. I have here an egg whisked with some water. Now at this point you want to make sure that your oven is preheated at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 190 Celsius. Now here I'm just sprinkling some sesame seeds and some nigella seeds. And using a knife I'm gonna do an opening in the center so that the steam escapes while it's baking. Now you're gonna bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes, just until it has a nice color, it's golden and brown, just like that. Of course you wanna let it cool for about 15 minutes before cutting into it. And here it is, I'm cutting a slice. The smell is amazing here, and it tastes very good. So that was it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed the recipe. I also hope that you give it a try. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Bye!